I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans. Poor little girl, them. And I'ma tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. The other state. And of course, as always, I'm upset. Good evening, good people. It's I, the Maize Mad Man. We are here for the second half watch party of this Big Ten championship game between the Oregon Ducks, #1 team in the country, and Penn State, the #3 team in the country, I believe. And here's the thing, man. It's a James Franklin off, if you will. As you know, for two seasons, I've been calling Dan Lanning Diet James Franklin. And to his credit, he kind of got off the schneid this year because he defeated that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. But he still has a losing record versus top 10 opponents. Nobody, though, is as James Franklin as James Franklin. He has a 1-13 record versus top 5 or top 10 opponents himself, which is very gross. That's nasty work. By the way, shout out to my guy Marmar. Shout out to DK, of course, my guy. Go Blue. Who else we got in here? Brandon, David. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. The link is in the description if you were looking to hop up and talk ball about this Penn State Oregon championship game. I feel a way that Oregon is in the Big Ten championship game year one. I'll be honest. I also feel a way that Oregon came to the big house, laid the smack down on Michigan the way that they did, for sure. I think that game, though, was kind of a wake-up call for Michigan's defense. I believe that's when the second half of that game especially is when Wink Martindale started to make some key adjustments. And in the second half, it was a lot different in the first half of that game. That said, I got my guy Mar here. What's good, Mar?
Hey, Wink Martindale went to two stages of defensive coordinating. He went through the Mike McDonald, and then he started to figure it out in the second half. It started Jesse mentoring. So he went through 2 phases. And because you said that was funny, man. Because I was like, man, he went through 2 different phases for real.
No doubt. Shout out to Yellow Blackbird, says, what's up with Olesh picking James Franklin School for perpetual losers over Oregon or Michigan? I mean, that said, Oregon has won nothing ever in the history of Oregon. It wouldn't be that much better.
Hey, Maize, could you explain to the people why they really didn't choose Michigan? I know you read the article about the parents, about the NOA.
Yeah. As I said, I said this in the last one, right? His mom was very pro-Michigan. Dad obviously did not feel the same, had problems with the possibility of, the hammer coming down on Michigan and all that, and was really in the kid's ear that whole time. Why he chose Penn State, though, is a good question. Now, I will say this. Penn State has been very creative all season at getting the tight end of football, and they've done so even in this game. The only time that they weren't this creative in getting the tight end of football this season was against that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, but there's no need to recap that because that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the losers that they are, they're not in the Big Ten championship game, thanks to you-know-who. And shout out to Sharon Moore in Michigan for getting that job done. But let me say this, man, because this is important. I want the real James Franklin to please stand up. Whether it's baby James Franklin, I'm going to stop calling Dan Lanning Diet James Franklin. He's baby James Franklin. Ryan Day is Diet James Franklin. And then you got James Franklin. So the problem, though, is that Diet James Franklin, Ryan Day, keeps stuffing real James Franklin in a locker year in and year out. We know that. but then baby James Franklin stuffed diet James Franklin in that same locker earlier this year, right? Uh, now baby James Franklin is trying to beat James Franklin. Y'all let me know what you think. Marmar, how you feeling? What you think is gonna happen?
I'm over here dying, man, because you put it so well, but it's funny, bro, because it all makes sense. I'm looking for the Vanderbilt James Franklin. You remember when he used to be tough and upset?
Right.
Good, yeah. Oh my goodness.
By the way, I got money on this game. Shout out to TJ from Voice of College Football. We bet on this game. He, of course, chose baby James Franklin, and I chose the real thing. So it's nothing like the real thing. We'll see what happens.
To say, I don't think Oregon is going. Yeah, they came in. I think it's because of certain teams were down this year. I'm not going. Certain teams was down not to get back to Indy. Cause I'm sitting at home. Usually at this time I'm in Indy.
There you go. Right?
All right. Yeah, it's all right.
That's like obviously Michigan has 3 fields, really 3 stadiums. They got the Big House. They got the horseshoe, which we kind of own that place. We
just got it off realtors.
Absolutely. We still it's an escrow. And then of course Lucas Oil Stadium is also
that's home. That's definitely home.
Yeah, that's like the vacation house. You know what I mean? We own all of these places. Shout out to Ripstar who says Marmar, go blue.
Hey, what's up, Rip, man? I beat you to your own comment.
No doubt he did.
But man, I think I know you got your money on it, man, but I would have picked Penn State.
Yeah,
because
Penn State I picked Penn State. I got the real
yeah. Okay, well, good choice. Because I think that JJ. Hold on, let me mute it.
No doubt. Go ahead. Hey, Steve, what's good, man?
What's good, Playboy? How's everybody doing in the chat?
Everybody hanging in there, my guy.
Championship just ain't the same. It ain't got a.
Man, ain't.
The curl just don't quite curl all the way over. You know what I mean?
It don't look right.
I mean, Penn State. I'm gonna give Penn State their props. Hey, you got here. You had an easy schedule. It is what it is, but they've been talking real greasy and on Twitter, talking about tight end you and the Michigan 7-5. I'm like, okay, all right, enjoy it this year. Enjoy it, please.
Yeah. And as they are kicking off the second half of this game right now, Penn State will get the ball first, with a chance to go down and tie this one. That said, hey Steve, coming into this one, who did you have winning the game?
I had Oregon by like 21, but I don't know. Bro.
James Franklin trying not to be James Franklin. James Franklin wants a new identity.
You're right, but they had 11 easy games. Like they had 12, 13 bye weeks. They had the 11 easy games plus the 2 bye weeks, 13 bye weeks. Man, they better be. They should be. But if they can't stop Penn State's tight end, they might be in for a long night, bro.
And that's what I was telling. That's what I was saying to somebody. Asked the question about Olesh, and though I hate that he went to Penn State, by the way, and as you brought up on the last live, James Franklin's been really negatively recruiting Michigan, right? Yeah. But the fact is they have been very creative in getting that kid the ball all season, except for when they played that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus.
I agree. I don't think that he'll win the Mackey. I think it'll be that guy from Bowling Green. Was it Bowling Green? Fannin Jr. He's got that dude got like 1,300.
That boy is a beast.
Man, what? But if he does, I'm not gonna hate him. If he wins the Mackey, that'll be their first Mackey Award winner. But the guy from Bowling Green is a stud. But that Franklin negatively recruiting, Ola's going to pay for that. I think somebody's gonna make him pay for that when they play Michigan in a couple of years.
Did you see the tweet that Brandon Hillman put out immediately after that commitment?
I didn't. I did not.
He said I take that personally.
Okay, and Hitman Hillman ain't no joke, man. So
Hitman Hillman,
you about to crease him like a pair of new jeans.
Hey, that is very possible. By the way, 3rd and 1 for Penn State. Let's see what happens.
What's up, Steve? How you feeling, man?
It looks like they barely gonna get it.
I'm cool in the game, man. What y'all up to?
Hey, for another 365 years, huh?
Man, look, bro. I was looking today. I was like, it's 12:05. What was I doing 12:05 last? Oh yeah, Michigan was beating.
How about 3:30? What were we doing last Saturday at 3:30?
Beating the Buckeyes. Gus Johnson was they were whooping them after the game last week.
Hey, stumping them out. Number 91 was getting it in, wasn't he?
Getting busy out there.
Hey, so my whole neighborhood, the week of the game, and I live in a like a suburban area. Caucasian neighbors, they real nice. Old people, couple young. But the old ones are big.
Just say you got money, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Nah, man, I just lucked out on the realtor. I just lucked out, but it's a blessing. They were talking. The old lady was talking to me. She's like, "Man, my Buckeyes gonna get you this year." I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna let you have that." And then Saturday after 3:30. I'm on the porch singing, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine loudly. And then that night, it was real quiet in my neighborhood. I'm like, what's going on? It's still quiet. They got their doors still shut.
Yeah, they ain't came out the house in a long time.
I ain't seen them. I seen the old man, but I ain't seen the wife.
Crazy.
Howdy.
What's good,
Hey,
Lich?
how you doing?
I'm doing fine watching the game.
Your name?
It's Lich Max right here.
Oh, that's Lich Max. Okay, what's up, Lich?
Yep, the Oracle himself.
Okay, okay. I mean, the new Matrix.
No doubt. Who do you have winning this game, Lich? Coming into it tonight.
Well, I didn't know much going into it, but I did figure it was gonna probably end up being Oregon.
Yeah.
Based on how DG's been playing this year and how they played the Wolverines.
Hey, what's this kid's name? That was disgusting. That's nasty work.
Even with Michigan's defense, Michigan's team being 7-5, their defense, like Oregon scored 38, but we know that they scored 7 in garbage time. Like they kind of just had their way with Penn State in the first half. It was like, I thought their defense was supposed to be that good. I thought they were awesome. What happened?
Now, look, I will give Penn State some credit because I think Oregon's first 3 possessions, they just went down. But the last few, Penn State's starting to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, I give
they figured them out.
Oregon is not really that, they're not complicated.
Yeah. They're not, man. I've been trying to tell people it's hard to tell them, especially after Oregon smacked us around, right? They smacked us around. They stuffed us in the closet, in the locker. That said, though, this isn't the physical team that the media is trying to portray them to be. They're not overly physical. They do have some speed on the outside. Tez Johnson seems to be unguardable tonight. If Penn State can figure that out, then I feel like they got this game pretty locked up.
I agree. I think Oregon, their pathway to success in the first year. So people think this is going to be a continuation in the Big Ten. It's not. It really isn't.
It's not.
You're going to I remember Oregon under Chip Kelly. They were good in September, October, November. When it got colder, when they played teams like Stanford, when they took the USC, them long bodies. Now that's what Michigan's recruiting. Long, big, all that quick stuff is cool, but when you play them boys in October, November, when they got Michigan has the athletes, then we gonna see how you deal with it. That speed ain't gonna matter.
Right.
Yeah.
They showing the little side screens. You only can do that a few times in the game.
Yep.
Yeah. The Tyler Warren made a catch on this drive about 2-3 plays ago that was ridiculous. It was a nice little throw. But the catch was even more fantastic. Shout out to Keoki Kaipana. If Penn State wins, does that stop OSU from making the playoff?
No.
I don't think it's going to keep them out, unfortunately.
No. They like number 6, I think.
Yeah, and that's another reason I wanted Penn State to win, because I do want to move the other state down further. If they can have to play on the road in the first round, that's going to be hilarious. But that might not happen either.
Because they typically don't do super well on the road.
Right.
I mean, apparently they also don't do super well in their own stadium either.
Who's the better?
Missed it.
There are a lot of bad matchups for Old State in these playoffs, man. I'm telling you, there are a lot of bad matchups.
Did they rent the kicker from the other state for this game?
Yes, they did.
Can't believe that.
I think Arizona State, Alabama, Arizona State, Georgia, Oregon, Texas. I think they can all beat the Buckeyes. They need somebody like a Notre Dame or somebody like that. I don't even know if Notre Dame's a sure thing this year. I don't know.
Hey, listen, I feel like Notre Dame is nobody wants to play Notre Dame this year. This year, nobody wants to play Notre Dame.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I know they lost to NIU. That was a crazy loss. That was nasty work. That said, they kind of look like a lesser version of last year's Michigan team in terms of running the football and playing defense. They are good at those two things.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, Maize, with that being said, what team resembles the 2023 Michigan this year?
Most? I think it might be Notre Dame, honestly.
Yeah, they two running backs are nice.
Yeah, they got a good running back. The quarterback even and he's come around now too to being able to complete some passes down the field because he definitely wasn't doing that earlier in the year. But I think they are the closest team to what Michigan look like anyway.
You got it. So.
Yeah, I hate to say that because I hate Notre Dame, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, and the Notre Dame fan that we have in the Discord doesn't really help the case either.
Hey, let me answer. I was thinking about this today. So Clemson wins. Georgia won. If Penn State wins, who's number one? Is it Penn State or Georgia?
I think Penn State got to be number one if they win this game.
But here's the thing,
crazy.
Here's the thing, though. Georgia beat Clemson and they beat Texas twice. They beat I hear you, but it's like, man, you got to Georgia win. Yeah, I mean,
Georgia definitely is gonna have better wins.
Yeah,
right. And then the losses aren't even, a loss to Alabama, especially since they done pushed Alabama up the way they did, propped them up. I guess it's not even that bad now, right? Doesn't look that bad.
Nope.
And then the other loss was to who'd they lose to? The other loss,
Georgia. They lost to Ole Miss and Alabama.
Yeah, Ole Miss, and that Ole Miss loss. I mean, it's not the worst loss either. But damn, you're right. Listen, in terms of who's got the better wins, it's not even close, right? Georgia's gonna have the better wins, and the losses aren't that bad. But I think Penn State has the best loss, right?
Yeah, Old State. Yeah.
Looking at the CFP top 25 right now,
right?
Looking at it, it looks like that if Penn State wins, they could move up to number 2, or they could also take over the number 1 spot. It just depends on
who's the number 2 team right now. It was
right now. The number 2 team is Texas, so it would push Texas up to number 1 and Penn State up to number 2 if that happened. But
Texas lost today. They're not going to be number 1.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, no. So
they might drop to they got to drop below. They got probably going to drop. Alabama's in either way. I hope y'all know Alabama's getting in the playoff. You might as well get ready.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're in. The committee just made sure that with where they ranked them this last time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They were like number 13. So
exactly.
Come on, like good Lord.
Do you think the committee is rethinking this 12-man playoff?
It's too. I think they are. It's too. I like I said, I never liked 12. I always liked 6, but you gotta be because now who do you put somebody's gonna be left out. Period. Somebody's going to be. I don't know who, but somebody's out of there. I don't know if it's Arizona. Arizona State is good, but they're number 16, and you got
Ohio
Clemson.
State because they lost to an unranked Michigan team.
But Old State, they were. If Old State, this is my gripe with them. So y'all remember last year? let's just kind of recap, and I'm gonna go up to this year. State loses to Michigan. They were number 2. State drops to number 4 or 5, I believe. I think it was 4 or 5. Bama and Texas win their last games, and they're still behind State. You get what I'm saying? Still behind them. So Bama wins the SEC championship. Texas wins the Big 12 championship. And then they put them ahead of State. It shouldn't even come down to that. State should have been 6 or 7 regardless. So, this time, State should be 7 or 8. Period. Right. Why are they even up there?
Right. Speaking of State, shout out to Dev and the Buckeye Boys. He said, "What up? What's good? Don't bring that OH stuff over here. There's nobody here to say the rest of it. When I see OH, I think Oklahoma, by the way."
We need a receiver like Johnson. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. I still think Taz Williams coming.
Who?
Taz Williams coming to Michigan?
Taz. Why would he come to Michigan?
I mean, we do have the one of the best programs in college football, so I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't come to Michigan.
No, I mean, why would I don't think. I think the way they're recruiting big guy, bigger bodies. Now the guy from Indiana might come. I like him.
Yeah, I like the kid from Indiana too. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
And the tight end that just left the I think it was Arkansas.
Yeah, Luke Haas. I don't know why he left.
Right.
He coming to Michigan?
No, I don't know.
I think everybody coming to Michigan because Teron Moore, bro, he a killer.
That portal gonna be jumping Monday. I'm telling you.
The portal is
I'm trying to tell him, Steve.
You see all these people who've entered the portal, it's gonna be nuts in there.
I think Michigan got their guys already. I
think Michigan should try to get Jonte Cook. I know he was dismissed from Texas for whatever reason. I don't know.
We don't need him in that culture.
Playing time. He didn't.
We know what's the culture. We don't know what his culture is.
I'm talking about culture at Michigan. He a rah-rah type dude. You don't want that coming into the culture they got.
He'll adjust. They'll make him adjust because he doesn't.
I'm not saying I want somebody to be a disruptor. Obviously,
yeah, that's what I mean.
But I definitely want somebody that's confident and can inspire that in his teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. He left because of playing time. though. He was upset at that. One of my good friends is the Texas fan, and that's what happened. He's in the Texas boards, and I'm he's a good player, but you Michigan. One of the requirements from a wide receiver aspect, you got to know how to block. But I think Cerrone is kind of getting away from that. Hey man, give me some guys up here that can, because Bryce is gonna be slinging that thing. Pause. He gonna be throwing that ball.
Yeah. The other thing is, I mean, it's hard for we got all these midgets out here.
Yeah.
They can't block nothing.
Exactly, and I think with Tyler leaving, Samaj and Freddie, they shouldn't be too far behind because Tyler was way better than them. Way better.
Yeah, listen, man. And I like Samaj. I like his dog. He got a dog. He got dog in him for sure. The production just wasn't there. Fred Moore, I like him too, man. He seems to be able to get some separation. But also I just don't think he's the dog that Samaj is. So
nope.
It's kind of crazy in that way, man.
What about Bell?
Who?
I like Bell. I think he sticks around. He's got some talent.
He's tall.
They can use him in those trick pass plays and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They can do things with him. Yeah.
Ohio 77-15.
What was wrong with Donovan in the game?
Man, Donovan got some. I don't know what's going on with Donovan, man. I don't know.
He says transfer portal going to be craziest one yet. It's definitely going to be that, Dev. He also says, do you want Underwood to start right away? This is a great question. I saw somebody in the chat already say that they do want Donovan to start right away. What's your thoughts on that?
Underwood, no. I don't, because they start the season with 3 winnable games. And give me a veteran. If they get I don't even if it ain't Davis Warren, it's probably not going to be Miller Moss. If they get somebody that's pretty good, because the offensive line, remember, in my opinion, they're going to have the whole right side back and Crippen. You just got to replace 2 guys, the left tackle and the left guard. You got Jordan Marshall.
Hey, that's a good take.
Yeah, so it's like we just need it. It depends on who wins in the sun. Jaden Denninger's probably gone. Alex Orji's probably gone. Jaden Davis. So I don't want him to start right out. I want him to get some playing time like JJ did when he came in. But starting, my personal opinion, based on the first 3 games, no, heck no. No. Not even Oklahoma. They're not going to be good.
Yeah, Oklahoma's going to be...
Bryce Pruden says Bryce QB1 day 1.
I would be inclined to agree with that, depending on how he does during the spring practice and the spring game.
Yeah.
Just to see how he's gonna do. I mean, coming out of high school, I mean, he looks like he's gonna be a stud when it comes to game day. But I mean, we really won't know for sure if he's gonna be up to the college standard when it comes time to actually play him in a game. So I mean, ideally, like I would want to wait to see, but if he performs well in training and in the any of the practice games they do, I would be inclined to. I would be very happy to see him starting day 1. If not, then yeah, Donovan.
Yeah,
because we definitely need that veteran presence, whether it be backing him up or going and showing him how to do it in the college game.
Yeah, I do think we should try to get a quarterback that can push him out of the portal, right? If that's Miller Moss, who's leaving a situation already where he got, replaced by a younger player.
Yeah.
If he wants to come and be kind of that bridge quarterback, then so be it. That said, like I brought up on a live a couple times ago, the noise for whoever is the quarterback ahead of Bryce Underwood next year is going to be super loud. If they make 1-2 mistakes, everybody in the state of Michigan is going to want them out and Bryce Underwood to be in. Yep. That's going to be the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And for y'all in the chat, West Virginia, Rich Rod is interviewing. I'm in Alabama. Rich Rod is in Jack State, but he's interviewing for the West Virginia head coaching job again. So that's not going to happen. I don't want him here anyway.
Hell no. I don't even want Rich Rodriguez to fly over the state of Michigan.
Man, you stupid.
Get him far
over
away
the state
from
of Michigan from Alabama. He's going to Canada.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't want him nowhere near here. I'm talking about even when he gets a job and they have to play other teams. Yeah. Not in Michigan. Not over Michigan, around there, whatever.
Hey, I was listening to Underwood's coach, first high school coach, talking to Sam Webb. He said Bryce come in as a freshman, ready, just dogging. Like he played in like he had 5 different offensive coordinators throughout high school. He played in multiple offenses, different offenses. I also heard him say, Bryce Underwood in the article, he said that he ain't looking for just coming in and getting the job. He want to work for it. He want to earn it. He want to learn as much as he can. He asked Coach Sharon Moore how long the lights will be on in the practice halls. And then they see, Sharon Moore joked and said, he has to, we're going to have to see if we can keep it on for him all the time. So, he just want to come in and work. He don't want to be given to him. He wanted to work. You want to work for it. I like that. That sounds just like JJ. And you see how far that took us. So I like it. JJ could have started as a freshman. I'm just saying that. JJ could have started as a freshman. That pass he threw across the field to, you knew he had it. Huh?
I'm trying to figure out what Kinetic's talking about. What people are you talking about? And like the people, I don't know. I don't have the context for that. So I guess maybe. But
he's
shit,
talking
TJ
about
Ronan tried to troll me,
I know what he's
asking if
talking
I got
about.
his money here.
He's talking about the people who would be yelling to pull whoever we bring in from the portal out and put Bryce in if he if the vet
okay,
quarterback makes
yeah,
any
I see what you're
mistakes. That's
talking
what
about.
he's talking about. That's the same
I see
people
what
that
you're
were
talking about.
yelling
Yeah,
about putting Orgy in
I think
over.
it's different in the sense that like I brought this up too before, like, you know, obviously it's the coach's decision at the end of the day. We know that, right? But the difference is the emotion tied to Bryce Underwood specifically. For Michigan fans all over the place, and especially in the state of Michigan, that heat is going to be different than anything else. By the way, it's not just going to be the fans, right? It's going to be the people who paid to help, you know, get Bryce there, who are like, yo, we want to see this fancy new toy, get it out there, get him out there, right? So it's going to be a lot of pressure from a lot of different directions on Coach Moore, and I just hope that, you know, he's able to deal with that and not, you know, rush things if it's not there, right? If Bryce Underwood shouldn't be starting, then I hope Coach Moore has the gumption, you know, the kind of mental and testicular fortitude not to put him in the game then.
Ohio 77-15, you be easy. But I mean, I'm honestly more like, can somebody look up the portal right
Have a
quick and
good
see
one, Dev.
who the top quarterback is right now? 'Cause I was looking the other day.
In the portal?
Yeah, right now.
Ooh,
Because I really believe that Michigan has their 5 offensive linemen that should start. I think Gentry should be left tackle, and I think Link. And I was hard on Link, but he balled out the last few games. El
Yeah,
Hadid, he comes
was.
back right guard. Crippen and not Percy. Dang, what's the other dude's name? I forgot his name. Should be left guard, but they
Right now,
got the guys.
yeah. Connor
Who are you looking
Wegman is
for in
the
the
number
portal?
one portal quarterback right now,
Okay, nah, not him. Heck, definitely not.
then Miller Moss.
So I wouldn't mind. I think Miller Moss behind it because Zion Branch is gone too, more than likely.
Right.
I wouldn't mind Miller Moss. You put him around a competent offense that's you don't need him to throw the ball 40 times a game, 18 to 20 times a game. Hand the ball off to Jordan Marshall, Micah Campana, whoever else. I mean, throw this to Marlon Klein and Hanson gonna be some dogs at tight end. You already know that. I mean, and let Bryce just sit and chill. They can win the Big Ten with Miller Moss because the team is going to be good. Like Michigan doesn't really need the portal for a whole lot. You saw the guys develop. So what do they really need the portal for? Maybe a 2D lineman. Not even and this is just me. I'm gonna sound crazy. Based on what I saw the last 3 games, Michigan doesn't need the portal for more than 3 players. They really don't.
I don't know. I think defensively they're gonna need the portal for more than 3 players.
You think so though? Like
Oh yeah.
What
There's gonna be
position?
holes on that defense.
Graham and Stewart and Grant is gone. I
Yeah,
mean
they outta
Grant.
here.
Yeah.
Right. So they got Pierce. They got
them
Brand.
boys showed up. They was getting a lot of game time at the end. I seen that.
A lot of snaps. Like Brant, Pierce.
Yeah, they were penetrating too.
Might come back. Rayshawn Benny, he might come back, y'all. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
good, man?
What's up, Most Palone?
Oh shit, what's up, man?
What's up?
Palone.
I didn't know it was on like that. Shit, what's up?
How you feeling, man?
I agree, dude. I agree with him. I forget the guy. What's his name with the S? What's his name?
I'm Steven. What's up, Playboy?
Steven. Man, no, I agree with Steven, man. Like I think we developed the shit out of a lot of guys. Like I think Marshall as a running back, dude, showed some nice signs, dude. Like
I agree.
With Hall too. So I think we're good. I do agree. I think it'd be nice to get a cornerback, maybe a top tier cornerback, right? That guy at Purdue, who seemed to be really good.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. I would say maybe that guy, maybe a D lineman, like a nice explosive somewhere. It's hard with these portal guys because some of them are just. It seems like a lot of them are just highly touted guys that just didn't get a lot of playing time, right? As like freshmen, sophomores. So I mean, I know some are in there because they want to get paid, you know. like that Northwestern guy. I think he wants to get paid at old lineman. So,
Right.
uh,
They got a. By the way, Jonte Cook is the 5th ranked wide receiver in the portal according to 24/7.
there's a lot of
Wait
wide
till
receivers.
Monday. Wait till Monday though, man. It's all them guys now. They're gonna be like, it's gonna man.
Nuts.
They're
Did you
gonna
see
be
the amount of
hitting
wide
it
receivers that
tonight.
have gone out? It's crazy.
They're gonna be hitting it tonight.
I think Jordan White, the offensive lineman, that's somebody I would look at. I think that it's some places along on the team that Michigan still needs to fill out, right? Offensive line, I think you can take 1 or 2 players there for sure. The defensive line, like you said, an explosive edge rusher would be great. A talented and experienced defensive tackle would be great. I think we need
Yeah.
one of each of those.
I would
A
say that.
cornerback
There's a
for
lot
sure.
of them in there now.
Yeah.
I want a
for
zero
sure.
tech though. That's what I want. I want a
We
big
def-
motherfucker.
We definitely need a good quarterback to be able to either back up or play in front of Bryce.
For sure.
I don't think who we have right now will be a good development example for Bryce to look on.
And some of the quarterbacks too are young, so like you can't. Yeah, that's just a weird spot, right? Me personally, I would like Davis to maybe stick around if he wants to, maybe push Bryce a bit, right? Just with I don't know what talent it doesn't look good, but
I mean,
but either one
this would
an
be
old
good for the mental
experience.
aspect of the game, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, his delivery's pretty fucking crazy. But like a Moss, I would say would be optimal. You know, he's a senior, 1 season left. I don't need you here for multiple years, bro. You know, I think that'd just be weird to get like a Weidman or even Mateer. You know, that guy they say he's pretty good too. So those are young guys.
Yeah.
And if Moss wanted to go to the NFL after college, no better place than Michigan to go from.
I agree.
And get you a degree.
Plus, yeah, I think depending on the type of offense, I don't know what type of offense we're going with, but at the end of the day, if we're going to do a lot of run, like we've been normally doing, you got to have experience. Just like with JJ, you're going to be thrown in tight windows, and you got to be able to be experienced to hit those throws because we just don't. Like you saw with Warren. The more you gave Warren, just throwing it more and then running second. That worked for him because he needed more throws to get warmed up, to get accurate and all that stuff. Normally how we run our offense, that's not how we do it. It's you're only going to throw 15, 20 passes. Obviously with Underwood, might be different, but you got to hit him.
Right. No, I agree. I think another person in the portal that I am interested in, Prince Will, I can't say his last name, from Nebraska, the edge rusher from Nebraska, who entered the portal. I'm definitely interested in taking a look at him. We'll see what happens, though. I do think Michigan's going to be major players in the portal. There are a lot of portal funds allocated. We'll see what happens. I don't think that the names that are in there right now, I think it'll be a lot more names in there as teams have to, cut the rosters down pretty significantly over the next few weeks. So we'll see what happens.
So what is the change again with no scout, with no
walk-ons,
no walk-ons,
right?
So what does the roster move from?
So it goes from, I think Michigan, for instance, has like 136 reported on the roster. They got to get that down to like 105.
Whoa.
And so now it's all like scholarship players, no more. So
basically the players you do have are good players, so they're going to cut you down though because of that.
Right. Which means there are going to be a lot of good players in portals because, all these other, a lot of other teams that have stacked, good talent, a lot of those guys have to enter the portal.
And isn't that beautiful? Like, it's going to turn to the NFL, right, eventually. But that's the beautiful thing of now. It's going to be college football now. Now with this playoff, now maybe Boise State has a chance now, right? They maybe they get just the right amount of portal players. They pick enough portal players maybe from Bama or something. They gather some money together, and boom, they're in it, dude. Like you just never know. I mean, it's a long road, yeah, but the talent thins out, right?
Right.
This how I look at it with the defensive line and offensive line. I think the defensive line need depth. It just needs, a lot of depth from the portal.
I think that's a thing at a lot of positions, but yeah, defensive line, offensive line, maybe
because it worked for us for like the last 2 years. That depth really helped. Keep your guys fresh. I see it in the games I watched today. They rotating a lot of guys. They keep the line fresh.
Well, so did we. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like we need to hit the portal for that, and keep that D line fresh. I don't know how I feel about rotating safety and DBs, but if you can keep them fresh too, and they all good,
I did not like that early in the season. I was not a fan of what we were doing. I feel you. Yeah,
but it worked at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it really cool and really not cool, but it was nice to see, because I thought it was weird when Paige was in the nickel there. That was very weird for me to see, and I didn't know what was going on there because even as safety he seemed a little out of sorts. But as soon as they stuck him and they're like, "Bro, play nickel," and all pretty much you do as nickel is play man, he was like, "I'm good with this." He's like, "I got one fucking guy."
Now.
Yeah. Treppa, shout out to Treppa. He says, all of a sudden y'all act like Michigan is a quarterback school. I don't know. I don't even know if we talked about quarterback, by the way, since we've been up here. Maybe we talked about the possibility of getting the quarterback out the portal. Obviously there was some Bryce Young talk, but I mean, we haven't.
Treppa rep, huh?
So who made JJ better in practice? Y'all talked about people pushing each other to be better, but
Jay was good. Go Blue.
Who was pushing JJ in them practices? Davis Warren?
I do not know.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I'm asking. I'm being for real. Like, I mean, like,
look, from what we saw this year, it looks like JJ was pushing JJ in those practices.
So Bryce can come in and start.
Just about to say that too.
That's all I'm saying. Like, because who was pushing JJ in practice? And challenging him. So man, Bryce can come in and just
losing to Georgia and losing to TCU. When you saw them pictures of him, that's what pushed him. That right there.
Yep.
They said when Bryce Underwood lost that game a couple weeks ago, he broke down. He was upset, man. He stood on the field. Man, that's JJ, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to short 2 years in a row.
Who is a big Ashton Genty fan, apparently.
Because that's a bummer, right? Because I mean Bryce was great. I get that, but think about that. Like you're the best quarterback in the country, and back-to-back years you can't win a high school championship. That sort of sucks.
Football is the ultimate team sport, bro. It's not like basketball. I feel like in basketball, one great player can make a way bigger difference than one great football player. That said, last year he made it back to that championship game. Yeah. His freshman and sophomore years, he did win the championship.
Yeah, he did.
So he's got some hardware, and maybe he's not thinking. I don't think the team this year wasn't as good as last year. Last year's team was pretty good, and though they had guys like Elijah Dotson on the team this year, who's a beast, they were still pretty good. But I think last year's team was stronger.
Yeah. No, in high school football, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. In Michigan, high school football seems to be very weird.
Yeah, because you have the stupid ass Catholic schools involved. I thought they had their own league at one point, and then they're like, "Nah, we're back in the divisions and stuff." And that
they play tough football.
They operate different rules.
Right.
Where you from, Boo?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Detroit, actually across the street here, by actually where I live now in Harper Woods.
Okay.
So I'm
Dope.
right here. I'm right here, Harper Woods. Right, that's where.
That's what's up,
Isn't that
bro.
where Will Johnson was from? Right, or was he from Grosse
Mhm.
Pointe?
Grosse Pointe.
Grosse Pointe.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
originally from like middle northern Michigan, about
Ah,
30 minutes away from DC.
I moved from Detroit to Pontiac. I grew up in Pontiac. I went to school in Wyoming, Michigan. I lived in Grand Rapids. When I played at Wyoming Park, we used to play this school called South Christian. I don't know if you remember the center that came out in 03 and went to Arizona. He never played, but his name was Kurt Walters. I played the high school basketball with Drew Neitzel. Yeah, bro.
I played
called y'all some
played
Eastsiders.
JV
I don't know what
football when
that
I was in
means.
high school.
That's what's up, man. I
I actually
did
played
the
football
track.
against Mike Martin, who
Oh wow,
played
he was a monster.
running back at CC, and you know what he turned into?
The
A
DN,
fucking defensive tackle.
D tackle. My bad. He was a
How does
monster.
that make sense?
I mean, that's what I played in high school was DT.
Crazy.
He was a
I'm
running
from
back.
Anderson,
He was high
Alabama,
on
y'all.
steroids. He
I'm
was.
from Anderson, Alabama. I didn't play. I played tennis, and I was in detention a lot. And it is what it is, man. I know.
So was
I was a tennis man. I won
Hey,
class clown. My
Steve, so
mama gave
was
me one of
I.
the. Hey, I won class clown in like the 8th grade. My mama gave me one of the worst whoopings of my life, dog. I thought that was an accomplishment. Woo!
She used a wooden spoon or a metal spoon?
What now?
Oh no, ain't no
The
spoon. Wasn't no
have
spoon.
holes.
Did anybody have? So, by the way, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, west side of
Sorry
Dayton,
to hear
Ohio.
My
that.
mom's from Dayton, bro. My mom's from Dayton.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear
Great
that. bro.
place. It's a great place to
Steve,
vacation.
small world, 'cause I
I
live
suggest
5
it for
minutes in
all.
Dayton.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Great
a
place
there's a
to
better
vacation. I
place
suggest
just
it
like
for
3
all.
hours up the road.
I'm gonna ask her
What
what street she grew up on. And I'll get back with you on that.
Yeah, no doubt. That said, I had a grandmother, old school. My grandmother was old school. She's from Tennessee, so she was Southern, super old school. That said, she would make you go get a switch. And I don't know, like, if anybody
Oh.
knows about a
Yeah,
switch, but
man. I know
she would
about
make
the
know
you
that
go
switch.
get. She had a walnut tree in the backyard, so switches were abundant. But the psychological warfare from having to go get your own switch is crazy.
Switch.
You already
Yeah.
defeated by the
You
time,
tried to get the smallest one to make it go out there and get another
It's
one.
when
bro.
what's real fun is when you're told to go get one and the only tree in the area is a willow.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
gross.
that's
That's
Dang,
nasty
bro.
work.
That's abuse right there. Good Lord, man.
Yeah.
Nasty
That's one of
work.
them Old Testament trees you talking about.
So my mom would whip
One
us
of them
with
Old
wooden spoons.
Testament trees. Hey yo,
They don't even make them
hey,
no more.
shout
Hey,
out,
Maize, they don't even make them no more.
shout out
Since
to
we
Jack
in here
Sawyer
sharing
Spears.
stories,
Oregon just scored again. We back in it. TJ right now is sweating bullets. I'm sure.
Just scored again.
All right,
Oh, they got in.
I can't believe
let's
this.
go, baby.
You want Penn State to win? Oh, yeah, you do want Penn State to win.
I watch my shows on Hulu Live. This should be, excuse my French, but
That's
this
English.
stuff be slow.
Yeah.
That was a
M3,
good
I think
block.
I've been to Yellow Springs like nah. I've been to Yellow Springs a couple times because they got
Me too.
what's that
Aha's Pizza.
Nah, man.
Look at this fool right here.
Peaches. The bar
No.
Peaches.
It's like a farm joint out there.
Oh, Young's Dairy.
Happening.
There you go, Young's Dairy.
Yeah, Young's Dairy, where that high cholesterol ass ice cream.
Absolutely. That's
David,
the only time I've been
you
to Yellow
right, bro.
Springs.
Them small
They
switches
tried
hurt
to
them,
go
huh?
for 2 with an end around.
Bro,
They
this
did?
was the dumbest.
They tried to go for 2.
And you know who
Why?
they will give it to, number 44. Like, you know who they giving it to. They trying to get this dude
Yeah.
the Mackey so bad, man. He ain't gonna win it, man. Good grief.
They got shut down real quick.
Why would they try to go for 2?
Because
they wanna-
Franklin
I
is
don't know.
baby Franklin. You remember?
Yo, James Franklin. This is why. Hey, yo, James Franklin is trying to lose me this bet. That's what he is on a mission
Now,
to ensure
Oregon
I
up.
don't.
You can't go
win
find
this
them
bet.
because of what's going on in the world right now.
I hate James Franklin. What are you doing, bro?
They would have been better off doing a run up the center.
By the way, shout out to my guy Cam. Cam is quietly in the chat, not
Oh,
saying
my
nothing.
bad, Cam.
What's good,
What
man?
it do? What it do, man?
What's good, Cam?
Oh, it do.
Hey, man, this is pain.
Boxing on.
Cam, you in the
Seeing
spin
all
cycle.
these teams in, and you know Michigan had an opportunity to be. This is painful, bro.
Yeah, it does suck because first of all, the quarterback situation, we would have been bounced early. All right, let's be real.
Yeah.
That said, we definitely should have won more games than we did. We should have beaten Washington. We should have beaten Illinois. That's without question. And then that leaves
Indiana. They should have beat Indiana.
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 We should have beaten. We should have beat Indiana too. Which leaves
If
Oregon
almost-
and Texas.
Oh, it's a face mask.
Which I fully believe we. I don't think we really had a good chance against Texas.
We did.
I think Oregon. It would have been kind of like the Ohio State
did he
game. Would
fumble?
have been our only hope.
Yeah,
he
he
got
did.
that thing back. Dylan Gabriel is a leprechaun. I'm convinced of it. He's the luckiest little bastard of a quarterback I've seen all season.
He's like a shorter Michael Penix Jr.
There goes his luck right there. Not a fumble.
Hey, so I got a question. So if let's just say SMU loses, right, but yet Arizona State won, does that somehow bump Miami out? Do you think?
Miami's not in anyway.
I think Miami's out anyway.
I thought they were
out.
number 12.
No, they weren't number 2. They were like number 14.
The committee replaced Miami with Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Oh.
Yeah.
Alabama's in. Alabama's in, bro. I'm telling you now. They're in.
Yeah, I think
You
Alabama.
sure?
So somebody said this.
number 11.
Somebody said this at halftime. Actually, they was talking about this, and the same dude that said it before said it again. It's about brands, right?
Yeah.
They want the most eyes on this college football playoff, and not the best stories, if you will, or the teams that deserve. It's not about what you deserve. It's about, are people going to watch you play football?
I mean, Arizona State dude's has the next best great white running back. Okay, I have never seen nothing like that.
Yeah, listen, I think
what the fuck?
Unfortunately, I think that'll draw. Not unfortunately, but I think that will draw eyes to it too. By the way,
good tackle.
That's all they was talking about in my chat was this kid, who, by the way, should win the Heisman Trophy.
Man, stop.
Oh, hey, speaking of Alabama, would you guys like to learn a fun fact about Alabama?
No,
please.
If you don't say it, just say it, bro.
Team in the college football league to start mixing the players.
Well, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, integration. Yeah.
A lot of people take that game. Was it a Rose Bowl against Alabama?
USC. Yeah. They talk about
that's
that.
really the modern era.
Holding.
Yeah, they came here and whooped. Like, people in my congregation still talk about that game. Like, they whooped Bear Bryant so bad. And Bear Bryant, he was quoted saying, "I got to get me some of them." Dang, bro, like, good Lord, man, you can't say black players. Like, golly.
I can't. Yeah, that sketch is
Kinetic says
hilarious.
Genty for Heisman.
been a
Which brings
holding.
me to this point, ladies and gentlemen, who you got for Heisman?
I hate to say it, I got Travis Hunter, bro. I mean,
Don't hate to say it. That's just the fact. He's the best football player in America.
Yeah, I like Genty. No knock to Boise State. They had a decent season playing trash.
Mm-hmm.
I think Travis Hunter got the Paul Hornig Award. He's Jabril Peppers. He's what Jabril Peppers should have been, but competent, like overall, the guy's amazing. And at 170 pounds, 180 pounds, and having to deal with that girlfriend of his, man, dude, you got
So
He married that. He proposed to that girl.
Hey, that don't mean he married her. That don't mean he married her. Bump that. And then y'all hear her online? Him and her were having an interview when she was talking about how she's spoiled or she don't get her way and all. I'm like, dude, run. Get out of there,
Run fast, bro.
Major red flags going on right there. Then
I will say this though. I'm not gonna say that.
No. So you might say it. Say it.
I was gonna say I don't think. Let me just say this. I'm just gonna say I don't think Travis is the guy that was getting a lot of girls before his football success.
Absolutely. She
All
said
right.
I mean,
at
that's
first he
usually
wasn't
how
her
it
type.
goes.
What gave it? What was it? The Maybach? What was it? The Lexus? I mean, he wasn't my type at first. Yeah, that car was your type. That bank account was your type, though.
Right. Shout out to Travis though, who is the Heisman Trophy.
I would say
should win it.
Genty if he broke the record. As
Right.
it stands now, I'm gonna go with Hunter as well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's playing both sides of the field, being able to touch the ball more times than
He made
other
first
players.
team Big 12 defense and offense.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That's tough.
But who? Okay, let me ask you a better question. Who gets invited besides those two? Is it 3 or 4?
It's 4.
Well, Scottaboo getting invited.
You think? Man, shut up, man. I mean, but
You got me, bro. That beard. You see that lineup on that beard, dude? That's nice.
Listen, this is what I will say. Scottaboo has rushed for over 2,000 yards. And I think he's caught like 500 yards worth of passes. That's 2,500 yards.
Hey,
total
Maize,
yards.
speaking of that, do you like that offensive coordinator at Arizona State?
Yes.
I do like him.
Yes.
I don't want him.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want him. Actually, listen. Let me take that back. He wouldn't be my first choice. Let me say that.
How you ran that offense though?
Yeah, no, the offense looked good, and he was running the football, which I like.
Yeah,
and they had some. They mixed in some play action.
To.
Yeah, and I like that. I think that's Michigan-esque.
Yes,
I think
that's
we
what
all
I was
know
saying.
Yeah,
who really deserves the Heisman. Tuttle.
Arizona.
Yeah, Jack Tuttle. Jack Tuttle had one bad game.
Jack Tuttle doesn't deserve to carry the Heisman to the actual winner.
I'll say this. Because we already seen a running back come close to beating Barry Sanders, and he did it in the Big Ten. That's Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, yeah.
So you already seen a running back do that with Gentry doing it, and Gentry doing it in the Mountain West. Okay, you be able to do that, but dude from Wisconsin, Gordon, he had to do it in the Big Ten, and he did it in the Big Ten when there was defenses.
That's true. And let me also point out, Barry Sanders did what Barry Sanders did in 11 games, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
This dude just completed his 13th game, and he's still behind.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah. That's not fair.
Hey, let me ask you this though, because Does Michigan get any more? Does Michigan get any individual? I think they get the outline. I think Mason Graham gets the Bednarik and the outline. But what do you? Well, I think ain't the Bednarik best defensive player, or is that best linebacker?
I think Bednarik's best defensive player.
Okay, y'all think because Colson's not winning the MAC either.
Blake
Corum got robbed of Bill Walker, but does and what's in Lou Grove's award? I don't know what they were thinking,
bro.
How many awards does Mason win?
I think
Outland probably.
That might be it. Outland, maybe Bednarik. Yeah, I think that's it, bro. I think we're cooked after that.
Will, I wish Will played all because Will was really the best cover. He was the best cornerback in the country. I really wish he would have played all the games.
Yeah. If Will plays the whole season, the Thorpe is probably locked up.
The Thorpe is.
Do you agree with this? They played better without him.
They sure did.
Well, I think they were forced to play better without him.
Yeah, they had no. So they played more complete. It wasn't like here's what happened. The other teams thought they could just pick on them. Like Jeremiah Smith did. Will Johnson ain't doing this, but it's like okay, well, Amir Hall, Zeke Berry. They said we got something for y'all. We ain't Will Johnson, but we good. So did they play better? No, and I told y'all this weeks ago. This is what hurt O State. O State had their last bye week in like October.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan had they had 2 straight bye weeks. They had a bye week that they had Northwestern. So there was 2 bye weeks. That was the best thing that could have happened for them. Because they were charged up and repressed, and O State was tired and busted up. So I think next year that secondary is going to be pretty good, man. I mean, Jair Hall, if Hill comes back, Barry.
See,
hold
on.
Get
Real quick.
Steve.
Fourth and 2, they going for it. It looks like they're gonna get it because Penn State just can't stop anybody.
Oh my God!
But go ahead.
Nope.
But no, that's what I think. Michigan's secondary is going to be. I think they pretty much got all the guys that they need next year already there. They just, like I said, and look at Clemson. Clemson didn't get anybody from the portal, and look where they are. So it's about. I would rather a coach just develop the players because it's showing you the one you can trust your recruiting. True, you believe in your players. Getting on them portal guys, I'm just not a fan of. I'm not saying Michigan doesn't need any for depth, but I just think that they have all the guys they need right now to be successful. They just got to give them time to develop.
Well, right now we don't have a nickelback technically because no one played nickelback, and it was
oh my God.
I think Brandon Hillman should fill that role.
Yeah, nice. I think he can too as well.
Because it frees up it up with Moore and Curtis, right?
Curtis played well the last week. Curtis tried by far. He played well, man. I don't care what anybody says.
And he was recruited as a linebacker.
Yeah, he just never put on that weight though. He can't. He's like 210 pounds. Like he ain't gonna be no linebacker. Yeah. He needs some steroids or something.
David Pruder said, "Nah, we need some portal."
Yeah, I would be inclined to agree with that, especially for defense.
Heisman may go.
I definitely think portal's the way to go.
Oregon, the new Ohio State.
I don't know. I just don't see it, man. What I saw last week,
all we have is Rolder, right? And maybe we have a guy coming up. I don't know who
Rolder's good
behind them, but
Rolder got better as Rolder's slow, but he got better. He can tackle in space. Is there any word on if Barham and Heisman are leaving? Does anybody know?
I don't. So far, there's no word. I hope both of them come back. I think both of them should come back.
Okay, I agree.
I hope so, but you never know.
Oregon just scored a touchdown.
What the?
These James Franklin is James Franklin.
So bad.
James Franklin is James Franklin name all over the place right now.
Look at that. Look at them little bitty. It frustrates me because they so small. Like Michigan, dog. Michigan look better than against these guys at Penn State. Michigan look better.
Oh my God!
You want to know why? You want to know why we look better? Because we're men. Okay, we do the fucking dirty work, and we get nothing for it. That's bullshit.
Yep.
Look at it. Look how they just pulled to them. Look at number one. He don't know what he do. Look at him. Well, look at this. Oregon's running back is 5'6", 170 pounds.
Yep.
James Franklin got baby James Franklin out here looking like Jim Harbaugh, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
That'd be cracking me the way you say it.
We over there looked like he didn't know what was going on.
This is not going on next year, bro. I just know it ain't. That's
not
this
game. This
From
game
what I can tell, Barham's not going anywhere.
For real?
Yeah.
But this game reminds me of Don Brown defense when he faces
Yes,
Ohio
it does.
State.
Yes, it
They're
does.
like, we are great, all the way to the very last fucking game, and then boom, destroyed.
Don Brown was he was such a despicable person that last week in November, right? Like, that last game in November, a horrible human he was. What he put us
I could
through.
not stand, dude. Every fucking slot receiver, dude, just running wide fucking open every time, dude.
Bro, Urban Meyer ran crossing and mesh routes to death on Don Brown, and he never figured it out, bro. Like, you gotta get out of this man defense, bro.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for Bush, bro. I felt so bad for Bush.
I mean, if you're going to be in man defense, you gotta have the speed and you gotta have the understanding of the routes to be able to keep up with your receiver, because it's just 1-on-1. You don't really have any help. So I mean, you gotta stick to him like glue when you're running a man style defense.
Yeah,
can't let him get ahead of you.
See, Ryan, they thought it was gonna be easy all them years, but see, Wink, and Jesse and all, they showed him, hey, bro, no, it ain't easy no more. So he literally doesn't know what to do against Michigan right now. They can, because Jeremiah Smith was supposed to have 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man got 35 yards. 35 yards.
A grown man out there too. Shit.
I'm telling you.
Who y'all think that Michigan gonna flip by the end of this end of the signing day?
I think they'll get Mathis, and I think they'll get Haywood. I really think Mathis is coming. I don't know. Well, Mathis already decommitted. I think he's coming to Michigan. I don't know why.
Kinetic always coming out with one of these where I want to kill myself for both of them.
I think I'd stick with Kurt Campbell as OC because defense wins games. It really comes down to it. Like your defense has to up their offense. I mean, it's atrocious. But as long as our defense can make plays,
here's what I will say about Don Brown.
Get through it.
Don Brown dominated the teams he was supposed to dominate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kurt Campbell did not.
Nope. Kurt Campbell made them look like everybody won the Heisman against Kurt Campbell. Like, I mean,
yes, they did.
Heisman. Everybody like defensive Heisman. Everybody won.
Right. That said, Don Brown's continued losses to that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus.
First of all, if I'm taking Kurt Campbell as my OC, I better have Khalil Mullings for the rest of his life.
Right.
Okay, he is attached to the hip.
Hand the ball to Khalil. Don't do anything else. Give it to Khalil until I tell you not to.
Yeah.
Hey, how y'all feel about that? For the season over with, how y'all feel about Khalil not getting the touches like he supposed to?
Maize, you go ahead. Go ahead, Maize.
So I was somebody that thought the Don was gonna come in and be a superstar this year. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I held that thinking like 3-4 games in. I still was holding out hope that Donovan Edwards was gonna be who Donovan Edwards was supposed to be. Now, obviously, I was wrong. After the fourth game, though, I was like, "Yo, just give it to Mullins." Like Steven said, until he just can't run anymore, bro. So I don't think he got enough touches, and whatever that was, what game was that? Was that Indiana where he didn't barely get any touches? What game was that?
I think that was Indiana. Yeah,
that was Indiana.
Nasty work. And so I don't think that he got the ball enough. And he should have been the feature back from after game 1.
Yeah. I just feel so bad for Edwards. Like it just didn't pan out. Like you could see he had elite speed, right, and breakaway speed, but it's just his vision, dude, was the same. And
he tiptoes through holes, bro. He doesn't hit those holes strong.
It's either doesn't hit the hole strong, or he sees the hole collapse, should have jump cut like Corum did, but doesn't jump cut because that's not in his wheelhouse. So he was like, "Well, I'm hitting this hole." It's like, dude, you don't even fall forward. That's the problem too. So it's like you just go down.
And I mean, he's not a power back, so that's not going to work out for him to be able to smash through and make his own hole.
I mean, I will be honest. I obviously we're indebted to him for what he did when Corum went down that whole year, dude. And he single-handedly, with one arm, carried us. I will forever be in debt to him. I have no doubt for that. But that just wasn't him. That was just like last resort Donovan Edwards.
Yeah. I just don't think he was utilized properly when it came to like the game itself. Like we knew he going into it after the first couple games, when we seen him having those issues with the up the middle runs. I'd have just put him on outside runs. Because I think that's where he would have shined a lot more.
I'm a job that my phone bugging y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He wouldn't have to like find the hole because you have that whole side of the field to run to.
Yeah.
He would just have to overtake the blocker, and then he's home free. It's less of a find the hole and more like he'd end up with one-on-one matchups, which we know he can win those most of the time.
He's more of
enough power to break through, but
I always
up
thought
the middle wasn't his wheelhouse.
More of a screen back, but we never ran a lot of screens.
Yeah.
That's That's what sucks.
I mean, that's why I think we should have done a lot more split back when it came to them. Have Mullins and Edwards on the field, so that way keep them guessing. If we're going to go with the middle, it's going to Mullins. If we're going out, like on an outside run,
That was
we
clearly
hand it to Edwards. I mean, that's where we would have done a lot better this year had we implemented that the entire time.
Yeah, no, I agree. To have them guessing, you could have. We all know, some play action, right? Some RPOs, dude, with two of them in the backfield. I mean, the amount of confusion you could create with maybe Donovan running a Texas route, right, in the middle or a wheel or something. Yeah, there was a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, I agree. So everybody picking who's got Genty as the Heisman Trophy winner?
Kinetic
and Kinetic only apparently. Yeah, I think Travis Hunter is the Heisman Trophy winner, bro.
Yeah, he gonna win.
Looking at the rankings right now, we have according to ESPN, which I don't know how on point they are on it, but right now, according to ESPN, Ashton Genty, English, is currently leading, and then right behind him is Travis Hunter, and then Cam Ward. Those are the top three right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cam Ward probably is the third choice for Heisman right now,
and then DG is the fourth pick for Heisman.
Not Cam Scatabo?
No. They got the last one they have on this list is Curtis Rourke from Indiana.
Should definitely be Cam Scatabo.
What about Shador Stevens? Shador Sanders?
I think he might be. Him and Travis might be crossing one of the other out, and Travis obviously is up top. Shout out to my guy Troy. What's good, Troy? Who is a member? You should become a member.
He's a black rectangle.
Because Shador Sanders had a amazing season, bro.
I think he broke Colorado's passing yards record. Threw for 35 touchdowns.
I mean,
Shador Sanders
if he did that, he should be on the list. You would think
he should be on the list.
He's a good quarterback.
Because when he's still the most sacked in college football, still
probably. I know last year he was getting sacked at a record rate, bro. It was crazy.
And that's crazy because I'm gonna tell you this, guys. If he'd have had an offense, if Colorado would have had a decent offensive line, we'll be talking about Colorado in the playoffs.
Yeah,
because you can't stop their offense. I didn't seen it. Their offense is. Whew.
Yeah. I mean, we could make a similar conversation about Michigan as well if we had a quarterback. Then we would be talking about Michigan in the playoffs right now.
Right.
Like we had a decent team around him. We just didn't have anyone to get the ball out to our players.
Is it Scatabo or Scatabo?
I think it's Scatabo.
I thought it was
Scatabo, something like that.
Scatabo.
If we had Moss this year, I think we'd have made the playoff.
I mean, all we really needed is a quarterback who can throw it at least 20 yards.
Miller Moss, we'd have made the playoff. We'd have been the scariest team.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we can actually see how wide receivers do.
Right.
Yeah. So we definitely needed someone who could utilize our receivers.
Because if you look at it, we didn't have bad wide receivers. It was just to the point that
this is getting exhausting. Here we go. Check this out. You swap Genty and Hunter. Colorado's a top 10 team with Genty. Boise isn't ranked with Hunter.
What?
I mean, okay, listen, that might even be true because of, he plays running back and they give it to him 30 times a game. The point, though, I don't think that changes whether or not he's a better football player than Travis Hunter.
Right.
Travis Hunter.
Don't even run the ball at Colorado.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
They definitely don't, right? And by the way, with that line, he probably isn't.
Well, knowing his knowing his skill, they might switch to a more run-heavy gameplay.
Yeah. The thing is, Ashton, I think you got me out here like making the argument for Travis Hunter like I'm against Ashton Genty. I am not. I think Ashton Genty is clearly the best running back in college football.
What the hell is they doing?
Isn't the best football player in college football.
Dog. James Franklin they need to fire him.
I hate James Franklin.
They need to fire him.
I gotta go ahead. Let me go ahead and send this dude this money because clearly this game's over.
They need to fire James Franklin.
They still got 4 minutes, so I mean it's possible, but yeah.
But they running
this is trash, bro. They done.
This is trash, man.
Baby James Franklin has defeated James Franklin. And it's crazy.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna call right back. I'm finna get off of work.
Got a penalty call on Oregon.
Crazy, bro.
Coming to Big Ten and take the Big Ten title, man. These weak ducklings. Man.
Crazy.
Big Ten ain't gonna let that happen next year. I guarantee you. Everybody head hunting Oregon. Watch.
Yeah.
It don't even matter. They've already done it. They came in year one and are the Big Ten champs.
Nebraska did it too.
Damn, did they win it year one?
I think they
I
won
thought Wisconsin beat them, right?
It was that was the first one. That was the first actual Big Ten championship.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. They won the second one. One of them they won. Didn't they win one?
Yeah, Troy. Yeah, I did bet on James Franklin.
Oregon walked in our trap and took over our trap.
Gotta give it back, bro.
They did, bro. This is nasty.
From
work, man.
David Pruden.
Hey, Oregon losing everybody though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like they're gonna be in a rebuild next year, that's for sure. Depending on who they get in recruiting and out of the portal.
And they're gonna rely on Dante Moore.
It's gonna be quite the interesting year next year.
They're gonna rely on Dante Moore last year. He ain't no Gabriel. I'm not hating, I'm just saying.
Oh, Dante Moore.
Yeah, he's not Gabriel. Gabriel been around since UFC. He played for Frost, didn't he?
Right.
All right. So Penn State just got a touchdown. Do they go for 2 or do they kick the PAT?
Just kick the PAT here, bro, and stop playing with us.
I'm in agreement, especially with how quickly they got stopped on that 2-point last time. I think the smarter decision is to kick the PAT.
I hate Penn State.
I just want us to take a lot of offensive linemen out of the best ones in the thing and then make them gel together. Man, we'll be man. I'm just saying offensive lines that can't
that was a pretty elite throw right there off platform right there.
Yeah.
Allard. Allard remind me of Allen at the Bills.
Brandon wants to know who does Oregon have at QB after Dylan Gabriel leaves?
Dante Moore.
Yep.
He's starting.
He's starting here?
Yeah, he's starting next year.
Oh, next year, okay.
Unless they get another transfer.
Didn't they get
Which, I mean, they very well could.
They just got a 5-star quarterback, right?
Yeah, but none of listen, for the last couple of years, they didn't have transfers.
Right.
Every quarterback that's been at Oregon the last 4 seasons has been transferred.
Yeah, because they took Gabriel, I think, from Oklahoma. That's the only one that I really am aware that I know of off the top of my head.
Yeah, Bo Nix.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bo Nix came from Auburn, and it's crazy that Bo Nix' first game ever in college football, he beat Oregon. Remember that, Maize?
Yeah.
That was his. He came back and won that game too. That's when the Miami coach was coaching Oregon.
Right.
and he ain't having no success in Miami. Like we're recruiting.
Shout out to Ripstar, Dante Moore, former 5-star quarterback and top quarterback from Michigan. That Michigan didn't land, but it doesn't matter. You know what?
Yeah.
Getting Bryce
Bryce
Underwood,
Underwood.
right? Getting Bryce Underwood clears all of that slate, right? The CJ Card leaving to go to Notre Dame,
Yeah.
Bryce Underwood going to where he went, all of
Brady
that
Hart.
all gone. Brady Hart leaving.
Yeah.
Getting Bryce
You
Underwood.
said Bryce Underwood going to where he's going. He went to Michigan.
Yeah, I know, right? Dante Moore is who I meant. Dante Moore going to UCLA and now Oregon.
Yeah. I know next year is definitely going to be quite an interesting year for the Big Ten. Michigan's coming back with a vengeance after the year they had this year. I'm hoping we get some good defensive players out of the portal to complement the guys that we're picking up. We definitely need some guys because we're losing quite a bit.
Hold it down for me, Litch, for a second.
All right. So we got Oregon's up 45-37. It's 2 minutes left in the game, so I'm pretty sure this game's pretty close to over. So if you guys could pick a Heisman who's not on the list right now, who would it be? Me, I'd want to. Dante Moore. Yeah, Davis. I don't know about Davis Warren. I don't think he really showed. I don't really think he showed out enough to be in consideration. But I mean, given what he's gone through, yeah. I mean, I could see an argument for it for sure. Actually, Ripstar, I'm the Oracle. I predicted the I predicted the Lions game Thursday with video receipts. 62-yard. Oh yeah, I mean maybe. Although I'd probably want to see at least 70 yards. You know. No, I do agree with that, David. Mason Graham, I think, would be a good person in the conversation when it comes to Heisman. Zavada as well, especially for those long kicks he did. All right, no, Zavada's not a kicker, but yeah, Zavada, Darth Zavada. That's right. I think Will Johnson, I could see an argument for, and yeah, I think Travis Hunter. I think he plays safety or maybe free safety. I could see that. I don't think he would do super great as a cornerback, but I could also potentially seeing him as like a sub in linebacker. I could see that, but his main position I could see being either free safety or strong safety, but definitely a safety of some kind. That is a good point, Rip. I think it would depend on the team and their play style, really. They got a more physical offense. I could see him playing on the offensive side of the ball, but I'm not entirely sure like what position. Maybe but on but I could definitely see him on the defensive side like more readily. Welcome
good?
back, Maize.
What up?
Talking about Travis Hunter and the what position he would play in the NFL now.
Oh, Travis Hunter. I think he should play corner in the NFL. And maybe get some reps at wide receiver a couple times a game, something like that. Ripstar, you know it. Just lost my entire rent money to TJ. It's disgusting.
See. So you could have beat TJ Thursday if you because I predicted that.
Nasty work, man.
I think Travis Hunter would do great at like strong safety or free safety in the NFL. Maybe a sub in linebacker.
Right. I'm so
Yeah.
James.
I think
James,
it would.
James Franklin proved that he is the one and only James Franklin, and that despite imposter syndrome, baby James Franklin will always be baby James Franklin, and James Franklin will always be James Franklin.
Yeah, I mean, I think James Franklin definitely did a good job at winning this game here today and losing this game here today. Wait, it's both coaches are James Franklin, isn't it? Or am I not reading this right?
Both coaches are what?
What are there coaches on both sides of the field named James Franklin?
No.
Okay, but
Dan Lanning is baby James Franklin. That's what I'm referring to.
This whole thing because I thought both teams had a coach named James Franklin.
No. And Ryan Day is the Michael Jordan of James Franklin's. I don't know. I think James Franklin is the Michael Jordan of James Franklin's. Fucking loser.
I mean, Kinetic a while ago tried to get people in our college football game Discord with the trying to bet on it
Hey, that's
whether or not Coach Harbaugh wins or not when it was Harbaugh versus Harbaugh.
Oh wow!
Somebody almost went for it, and took them a whole hour to figure out that both coaches were Harbaugh.
It doesn't matter. I've already sent the payment to TJ anyway. Shout out to TJ.
I would say that's PI.
Hey, what's the score of that SMU game?
Beats and treats going a little wild out here. SMU. It's currently 30-31, unless they just score, then it'd be 36-31.
What?
30-31. 31-31. I think
SMU.
31-31 right now. It's tied up.
Yeah, my bad. I was reading text from TJ here. That's great. That's wonderful. Penn State just messed up my parlay as well. Shout out to James Franklin for that. Good job. Way to ruin my night, James.
I think Brandon makes a good point here. Schroem's about to take people's lunch money next year.
Wow.
I mean, Penn State does still have a chance. It's a small one, but I mean, they do have like a miracle. If they can pull a miracle off here, they could still potentially
Penn
win.
State doesn't deserve to win this game.
With how they've been playing, I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
Especially going for 2 there. Like they should have just kicked it, because then they could have at least tied it up.
Fucking losers.
Because now, in order to tie it up, they can't tie it up, so they'd have to get the ball back here, get a touchdown inside of a minute 45. Then they'd have to onside recover it, and then run it up to get in field goal range. I mean, it's doable, but it's like a 1 in 1,000 chance of them actually being able to pull that off, or 1 in a million chance of them being able to pull that off.
3rd and 1. They giving up this 3rd and 1 for sure. Hold on. Cam is back. Yeah, that was easy work. Fuck James Franklin. Cam was good.
Was good.
Just getting off. What the hell is wrong with James Franklin, man?
Hey, man, he's the worst.
Man.
So
he's
he didn't want to win, is what it was.
I'm over James Franklin, bro.
Man, he stopped them. Then he do some, man. He had a chance. He went for 2. That was the dumbest shit ever, man. Man.
Yeah, I agree there. I would have just kicked it right there and tried to tie it up.
Yeah, you down, you down, you only down, and then you go for 2. That didn't work. They come down and score. Now they up 8.
Yeah.
Like, you stupid, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that was, especially with an end around. I wouldn't end around right there. If you're going for 2, I'd have ran it up the middle and done the touch push in.
This is gross.
Like, I think they were thinking that they could probably like trick them with the end around. But yeah, I don't think that was the best play call in that situation.
Then they still had a chance, y'all, when they stopped and got the ball back with like 2 minutes left, and they do some, man.
Oh yeah, the game's over now.
Yeah,
Oregon 45, Penn State 37.
It's a wrap. Shout out to Taves the King. Shout out to everybody who joined the live tonight. I just donated money to the TJ to the TJ fund as if he needed more money. I also, gave money to DraftKings for free, because who the hell bets on James Franklin not to be James Franklin? This guy. And James Franklin proved me wrong, as I thought that he could hold it down for the traditional Big Ten and keep Oregon from winning their first ever Big Ten in their first ever season in the Big Ten. But that was wishful thinking. So shout out to that. I will go to bed. It wasn't a lot of money, but it's still, losing is losing. I hate to lose.
I mean, to be fair, I would much rather see, of the teams with an O initial in their team name, I would much rather it be Oregon than the other state.
Yeah, but Oregon, don't forget, y'all, Oregon was talking crazy after they won. And he had all their players in the center of our field talk about, yeah, look what we did to Michigan. Look what I told y'all, they going to start leaving. Sharon Moore, remember that. So, Oregon, y'all be ready next year.
Yeah.
He's going to remember that. He's coming.
Yeah. What was he doing? Are you not entertained?
Yeah. Are you not? Yeah.
I don't rock with baby James Franklin either.
We need to get a stinger for that for next year.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we played them next year. I think it's the year after. Do we play them next year?
I can check the schedule real quick.
And you know, Maize, man, and y'all know, you guys, they planted the flag, and we was gone. We weren't even there. So
how do Ohio State and all these beat writers talking about Michigan? I think that was wrong. But Texas planted the flag. They didn't say nothing.
Nah,
And
they not on
Oregon
the
planted the
turtleneck though.
side. And they didn't say nothing. But when Michigan do it, it's a problem.
Yeah. We
It's
do
a
not
problem.
play Oregon next year, so if we do see them, it would have to be in the Big Ten
In the
championship.
Big Ten championship
Oh
game.
yeah, that's gonna be even better.
Which I mean, we
The
should
Diddy list.
easily make it there.
Whoa, the Diddy list. The hell are we talking about here?
Yeah, that should be even better.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Oregon.
That's wild.
Next time we see Oregon is
Beats and treats.
2026.
Michigan is crazy. That said, anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, man.
Find a different way to beat TJ.
Play him in CFB.
There you go. What? By the way, he would win that. My defense is trash on the game, bro.
Hey, if you ever
I can
want
score
some video
with anybody,
coaching,
though. I'll score with anybody. I just can't stop anybody. It's crazy. That said, till next time, y'all know the slogan, man. Stay angry, my friends.